Welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. We're taking a live look from Tokyo, Japan, where mourners are lining the streets outside of a temple for the funeral of the late former Japanese leader Shinzo Abe 4 days after he was brutally gunned down in broad daylight. In an outpouring of grief, people of all ages and all walks of life have arrived to pay their respects to Abe as Japan reels from the shock of his assassination. The mood outside of that temple somber as well. This all according to sources down on the ground. The Associated Press has been reporting on the assassination itself and the investigation still underway, but the hearse just now arriving at the funeral
Jessa, nagpalipad ka pa
Abe. Here as we continue to take you through every single step of this
Andito ako, nanonood ako kay Ma'am Love Channel, kay Wendy, at saka nanonood ng news.
As I said, the suspect has been arrested and was arrested at the scene, but was not formally charged.
Do the public shout out.
Again, as I said, Japan's longest serving prime minister.
Hello.
Before he stepped down in 2020, citing health reasons.
Oh no, that is my birthday. You will not see me. Oh boy.
As Japan mourns the loss of a longtime leader, mounting questions around the shocking death of Shinzo Abe. Overnight, Abe's body arriving at a Tokyo temple, the site of a private wake for the former prime minister. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken making his way to Japan, sharing condolences from President Biden.
I shared with our Japanese colleagues the sense of loss, the sense of shock that we all feel, the American people feel, at this horrific tragedy and killing.
Japanese authorities are now facing a complex murder investigation as they piece together the shooter's plan of attack. Over the weekend, the 41-year-old suspect, Tetsuya Yamagami, was transferred from a local jail to a prosecutor's office. Police say he confessed to killing Abe and that he believed the former prime minister was tied to a religious group that he said his mother obsessed over, which eventually caused her financial stress. Several Japanese media outlets report that Yamagami said he planned to make explosives for the attack, but switched to homemade guns instead. Investigators seizing multiple weapons during a raid on his home. Still in the wake of tragedy, Japanese voters heading to the polls in an election that Abe was campaigning for when he was shot. Leaders holding a moment of silence before announcing results. A major victory for Abe's party, which earned a supermajority in parliament. Results analysts say are likely bolstered by the news of his death. A grieving country now seeking answers. Police investigating the assassination have declined to name the religious group the suspect thought Abe was linked to and allegedly caused his mother's financial ruin. But today, officials from a group widely known as the Unification Church, which is rooted in South Korea, told Japanese media the suspect's mother is a member. Police are also looking into their own security failures to figure out why the gunman wasn't tackled after the first shot, allowing him that second shot that ultimately killed Shinzo Abe. Savannah?
So many questions there, Janice.
Pa-super
Thank you
thanks
very
naman
much.
si Gisa, baka naman, hihihi. Ako din super
Hey,
thanks
thanks for
rin
watching
ako,
our YouTube
Asia.
channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting.
That's why.
Welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. We're taking a live look from Tokyo, Japan, where mourners are lining the streets outside the temple for the funeral of the late
Sige, itry mo daw ako, Asiang pa-super thanks.
After he was brutally gunned down in broad daylight.
Pagpunta ko sa'yo, pag-super thanks din
People of
ako.
all ages and all walks of life.
Pindutin mo yung sa gilid, Isyang, yung sa gilid, yung mayroong sign.
As Japan reels from the
Sige,
shock
shower
of
ka na
his
dyan.
assassination. The mood outside of that temple.
Maraming salamat sa blessing ni Jessa.
Flowers and notes and green trees, symbols of help in the afterlife, to pay their respects to Abe, Japan's longest serving prime minister. After the
Baba ko muna
funeral,
yung ano.
Abe's body will be carried by hearse through the streets of Tokyo, passing by the former leader's Liberal Democratic Party headquarters, the Prime Minister's office, and the Parliament building before arriving at the funeral hall for cremation. This all according to sources down on the ground. The Associated Press has been reporting on the assassination itself and the investigation still underway, but the hearse just now arriving at the funeral for Abe here as we continue to take you through every single step of this case. A police investigation into the shooting is ongoing. As I said, the suspect has been arrested and was arrested at the scene, but was not formally charged. Abe, again, as I said, Japan's longest serving prime minister before he stepped down in 2020, citing health reasons.
As Japan mourns the loss of a longtime leader, mounting questions around the shocking death of Shinzo Abe. Overnight, Abe's body arriving at a Tokyo temple, the site of a private wake for the former prime minister. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken making his way to Japan, sharing condolences from President Biden.
I shared with our Japanese colleagues the sense of loss, the sense of shock that we all feel, the American people feel, at this horrific tragedy and killing.
Japanese authorities are now facing a complex murder investigation as they piece together the shooter's plan of attack. Over the weekend, the 41-year-old suspect Tetsuya Yamagami was transferred from a local jail to a
Kahit na
prosecutor's
20
office.
pesos Isyan. Sige nga
Police
raw.
say he confessed to
Pindutin mo yung
killing
gilid.
Abe,
Sa
and that he believed the former prime minister was tied to a religious group that he said his mother obsessed over, which eventually
Try mo
caused her
Isyan, try
financial
mo. Dali
stress.
so.
Several Japanese media outlets report that Yamagami said he planned to make explosives for the attack, but switched to homemade guns instead.
Nanonood lang ako ng news.
Investigators
Nagka-100
seizing
ako kay
multiple
Jessa.
weapons during a raid on his home. Still in the wake of tragedy, Japanese voters
Ang sarap
heading
pala
to the
manood ng
polls
news. May
in an
swerteng
election that
dumarating.
Abe was campaigning for when he was
May
shot.
pera pa.
Leaders holding a moment of silence before announcing results. A major
Isyan yung sa
victory
gilid.
for
Merong
Abe's
sign
party,
dyan.
which
Pindutin mo.
earned a supermajority in parliament. Results analysts say are likely bolstered by the news of his death. A grieving country now seeking answers.
Police investigating the assassination have declined to name the religious group the suspect thought Abe was linked to and allegedly caused his mother's financial ruin. But today, officials from a group widely known as the Unification Church, which is rooted in South Korea, told Japanese media the suspect's mother is a member. Police are also looking into their own security failures to
Hindi
figure
ka
out why the
makasover
gunman
chat.
wasn't tackled after the
Bakit?
first shot, allowing him that second shot that
Nagjo-joke lang ako,
ultimately
okay
killed
lang.
Shinzo Abe. Savannah?
Pwede naman tutuhanin eh.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.
For more on the life and legacy of Prime Minister Abe, joining me now is Caroline Kennedy, who served as the U.S. ambassador to Japan.
ので、お別れの会が行われるということです。
これは NASA などが1兆円余りをかけて開発した
Nagpalipad nga. Tinotoo nga. Medyo kapiso nga.
およそ46億年前の銀河団を撮影したもので、画像には
Oy, thank you.
色とりどりのたく
Nag-joke
さん
lang
の
ako.
銀
Tinotoo
河が
nga.
映し出
Pwede
されてい
pala,
ます
oh.
この望遠
Isa
鏡
pa
は
nga issue.
1990年に打ち上げられた
Isyang, isa pa
ハ
nga.
ッブル宇宙望遠鏡の後継で直径 6.5 メ
Ayan,
ート
thank
ル
you
の
sa
視鏡
blessing.
と
G sa
テニスコー
kulot.
トほどの大きさ
Isyang.
の遮光板で構成されていて史上最大です。
Tinotoo nga.
NASA は
Nagpalipad
12
nga.
日に最新のフルカ
Hayaan
ラー
mo,
画像を
pagpunta ko
さら
sa'yo.
に公
Doble
開する
yan.
としています。
Tinotoo
名護
nga.
海上保安署によりますと、今月6日に亡くなった漫画家の高橋克樹さんは司法解剖の結果、
死因が溺死と分かったということです。高橋さんは発見された
Ito
際、
ang pag nag-live
サメに
ka,
噛まれたとみら
Asian
れる
Saturday,
下半身と
Sunday.
腹部に激し
Kasi
い
pag
損傷
ganitong
が確認されていました
ordinary
が、
day,
損傷は死亡後に
katulad
つい
nito,
たとみ
nanonood
られ
ako
る
ng
ということ
news.
です。高橋さんは沖縄に一人で観
Super
光に訪
sticker,
れてい
hehe,
て、
konti lang
海
kasi
上保安庁
naman.
は
Kasi
シュノーケリング中に溺れたとみて、
nag-joke lang ako
詳しい
eh.
経緯を調べています。
Talaga. Ang hirap biruin ang hirap biruin ng maraming pera.
午後
Magpapalitan
4時半
talaga.
前の青梅駅前ですが、突然ものすごい強い雨が降ってきました。
夕方になり、都内でも激しく降り始めた雨。
Masarap palang manood ng news kasi nanonood ka na, nagkakapera ka pa dito sa YouTube.
だからちょっと髪と
Thank
か
you,
濡れちゃ
YouTube.
ってますよね。僕はなんか雨で濡れちゃったみたいなのあります。
Ronan Indo, hello sa aking member. O sige, mag-replay na ako. Magtatrabaho na lang tuloy ako.
傘一本をシェアして帰宅する
Manonood
学
tayo
生
ng
が
news
い
pero
る一方、
magtatrabaho na lang ako. Saglit lang
諦め
ha.
てびしょ濡れで帰宅する学生
Yun
も。
lang.
昼頃から断続的に局地的な大雨に見舞われ
Tapusin
て
ko
い
lang
る
tong news na to,
関東
pipli
地
ko
方。
kayo. Piplex ko kayo,
温
ipiplex.
泉街がある群馬草津町では
Shout out, Sir Ronan. PJ Paras TV, shout out.
霧がすごい濃いです。
Kita natin to guys, new friends.
上には霧
Puntahan
が、
natin guys si PJ
下には湯
Paras
畑で
TV.
全てが真っ白に。
Pagsakan natin guys, mag-iwan lang kayo ng bakas.
その草津も夕方になると、
Tsaka si Tiraaki ni Shimura guys. Ayan, lapag lang tayo ng bahay guys. Let's put it sa nakapin. Parang awa nyo na. Salamat sa mga
ひっきりな
nagdidikit-dikit
しに
dyan.
雷の音が。
Mag-iwan lamang po kayo ng bakas. Lagyan po ninyo dyan ng from it's 24/7 para po alam niyo kung saan kayo nagpangita.
温泉街から徐々に観光客の姿が消え、
Puntahan natin ang mga nagpalipad natin ngayon guys. Ito ang mga nagpalipad natin. 50 pesos man to. Hindi siya 25 Asiang. Yung lumabas dito 50 pesos. Asiang, hindi siya yung lumabas dito sa ano mo 25 pero dito sa Sofer may 50 pesos. Sa Minudo. Ay, marami na pala akong utang sa'yo, oh. Nawala. Ayaw mag-play kay Asiang. Ayaw ni StreamYard. Ayaw. Wala kang playlist, di ba? Wala kang ano. Dikitan natin, guys, please. Dikit-dikit tayo,
通夜が
guys.
開かれる増上寺周辺には厳重な警備態勢が敷かれています。道路の前にはずらっと警察車両が並んでいます。
Asiang ayaw.
会場の前には国内だけでなく海外のメディアも。
Such a difficult time for the country as Japan prepares to bid farewell to a beloved former leader.
Hundreds of journalists, dozens of cameras fixated, pointing down the street. That way, there's a helicopter overhead, which is signaling to us that his arrival could be pointing down the street. That way, there's a helicopter overhead, signaling to us that his arrival pointing down the street. That way, there's a helicopter overhead, signaling to us that his arrival pointing down the street. That way, there's a helicopter overhead.
Yan lang ha. Ba't ganun? Ba't ganun? Ba't ganun? Sige, dikit lang tayo guys. Puntahan natin ang nakapin. Go tayo sa nakapin guys. Sige, dikit lang tayo guys. Puntahan natin ang nakapin. Go tayo sa nakapin guys. Sige, dikit lang tayo guys. Puntahan natin ang nakapin. Go tayo sa nakapin guys. Sige, dikit lang tayo guys. Ba't ganun ang sakit sa tenga? Saglit. Ano bang napindot ko dito? Hindi ko rin natiro. Ayan, may tunog pa, wala na. Wala na. Wala nang tunog. Pero Aki from Ronan Indo, shout out. Ronan Indo, Tomodachi. Dikit na lang tayo, guys. Siya, kailan ka magla-live? Kailan ka magla-live? Para mapuntahan din kita. Maka ano man lang dyan sa 25 at saka sa 50 mo. Nag-arang pala doon yung sa Minudo. Nag-super thanks ka pala doon. Sir Ronan, maraming salamat Sir Ronan. Thank you. Dali lang ha, magpi-play ako sa inyo. Timing muna. Saglit lang ha. Hanap muna tayo ng baba lang kayo ng bahay. I-play ko muna to saglit lang ha. I-play ko lang to saglit lang. I-share ko lang to saglit lang ha. I-share ko muna to ha, saglit lang po. Pagkatapos nito magpe-play na tayo. Ito ba yun? Ito ba yun? Share ko muna to saglit lang. Oo, sinipon ako. Kasi paulan-ulan dito sa Japan. Ulan init. Saglit lang, panoorin ko lang to. Saglit lang ha, tapos may-play ko kayo. Napunta to nga ba ito, yung binaril. Ronnie Buhawi, shout out. Hello. Ayun lang. Lagyan natin ng jacket si Sir. Ayun lang. Lagyan natin ng jacket. Meron pa pala si Sir. May sipon po kayo, host. Ayan, Gisa, thank you so much. Ronnie Buhawi channel. Ayan, si Teraka Nishimura, nagbaba din siya. Hi, madam. Si Ronnie Buhawi, kumusta na po kayo? Kumusta na kayo? Kumusta na? Kumusta na kayo, Sir? Ano siya, nagkakakumpanya, nangungumpanya lang siya, tapos, ayun, binaril lang siya, walang dahilan. Napakabait pa naman ito. Kung sino pa yung mabait, naku. Ayan siya, nung time na inano. Kuri, mita, abi. Ima miro, miti mi? Ima.
今って
今、ここ。
今ってどこ
ここ今のニュース。
でさっきのやつやろさっきやろ
違う。また違うのあれ。Ayan, nahuli rin agad yung nahuli din agad yung gumawa ng kasawayan niya. Huli agad. Hindi po nag-support ka sa akin, support din ako sa iyo ko si Hihi. Ayan. Manood tayo, manood. Si Ronan Indo, hindi ka naka-live ngayon?
Perhaps the most enduring legacy of Shinzo Abe, his efforts to articulate a new post-war identity for Japan. So his assassination prompts a country to ask itself, who are we? The geography, the detail of what happened, all captured on camera. The detail matters because of what it tells us about the man and the country he led for so long. Elections to Japan's upper house take place on Sunday. The former prime minister, still the dominant force in his Liberal Democratic Party, was appearing in support of a party candidate. Proper soapbox democracy on a street junction. A small security detail. The one-time titan of global politics takes up position behind a traffic barrier near a train station in the city of Nara, once the ancient capital of Japan. The city is close to Osaka and 300 miles west of Tokyo. Back at the junction where the small rally is taking place, a 41-year-old man, named by police as Tetsuya Yamagami, is standing just meters away. In his bag, a homemade shotgun. Shinzo Abe has been speaking for about a minute when he's approached from behind. 2 shots ring out. Mr. Abe is hit in the neck. His security rush at the gunman, who's dropped his weapon on the ground behind him. Police later confirmed that his son brought an improvised homemade weapon. 5 hours later, Shinzo Abe was declared dead. The gunman is reported to have been a member of the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force, the country's version of a navy under its pacifist post-war constitution. The suspect told police he bore a grudge against a quote specific organization and believed Abe was part of it and that his grudge was not about politics per se. Now police said it was not clear if the unnamed organization actually existed. Similar homemade weapons were found at his apartment in the city. Japan, with a population of more than 125 million people, had just 10 gun-related criminal cases last year, resulting in 1 death. That's one of the reasons the country is reeling after this assassination. The main reason, though, the towering figure that was Shinzo Abe in Japan and across the world. A chorus of deeply personal tribute to this.
Today is a day of irreparable damage and unbearable pain for me. My close friend and former Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, is no more among us.
He was a thoughtful, compassionate, strong leader who understood the importance of service.
Abe championed a more assertive Japan on the world stage. He pursued an at times controversial policy of trying to redefine or shake off the country's World War II legacy. His personal style and longevity as a leader won friends abroad, but sometimes polarized voters back home. What's incontrovertible, though, Shinzo Abe changed the way the world thought about Japan, and indeed changed the country's sense of itself.
Well, earlier I spoke to Dr. Satona Suzuki, lecturer in modern Japanese history at SOAS University of London, and Professor Tomohiko Taniguchi, who was the special advisor to the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. I began by asking him how he felt about what has happened to a man he'd worked so closely with.
It is indeed. I've lost the entire purpose of my life almost. He blazed many trails as the leader of the nation, both domestically and internationally. He succeeded in broadening Japan's diplomatic horizon by bringing Japan closer to the UK as well, by the way, but to countries such as Australia, India, in addition to Japan's treaty ally of the United States. And I've been very much fortunate in working with Shinzo Abe when it comes to messaging his strategic communications to the outer world.
I mean, there is the obvious loss of a prime minister, of a man, but it is the nature of this killing that has truly created shockwaves across Japan, across the world. It is almost incomprehensible, isn't it?
It is indeed. It's been a day of sadness, grief, disbelief, but for me, a tremendous amount of anger, I have to say.
Dr. Suzuki, can I ask you for your reaction?
Yes, I am still in shock, disbelief. How can you, I mean, Japan is very strict in gun control, but how can you stop individuals who create their own guns?
So when you heard it today, your initial thoughts?
I just felt really cold. I had the chill, and I'm still recovering from this initial shock.
And Professor, you touched on it a little already. He was from a very long-standing political family. He became the country's longest-serving prime minister. Perhaps best remembered for trying to reshape Japan, to reconfigure its position in the world.
Please connect, guys.
If you locate Japan in your map, you will soon see that Japan's neighborhood is not a peaceful place. You get Russia, North Korea, China.
Connect lang tayo, sir. Connect. Shout out Star Trigger.
And
ayan
each
si
one
Ma'am
of
Love
which
Channel.
is nuclear powered.
Naka-play
So
lang
it is
kayo
very
dito.
much a dangerous, if you like, a neighborhood.
Naka-play ko lang dito
No
kayo.
nation, including the United States, could
Habang
stand
nanonood
up
ako ng news
to
ng
compete
Japan.
with the
Shout out
rising
Sir,
power of
Sir
China.
Buhawi
So
from
Japan
Ma'am Love
has
Channel.
forged under Shinzo Abe closer ties with
Long time no
Australia,
si kami ni
India,
Sir Ronnie
and the United
Buhawi.
States
Matagal
to
din napunta yan dito,
eventually
na busy
form
rin yata si Sir.
Quad. And that's given a bandwagon effect which draw the United Kingdom, France, and so forth. Thereby, he succeeded also in broadening Japan's collective identity. Japan's identity is broad, now open rather than closed, maritime rather than overland, And I think that's the direction that Shinzo Abe has succeeded in setting for the future generations. And I think that legacy is going to continue.
And can I just ask you briefly, the tributes that have come in from political leaders across the world, he has managed to unite Donald Trump and Barack Obama in their, I would say, affection for him, as well as their admiration. That is a success, isn't it? Oh, totally. I think he had a quite
Mahirap
good
pag
sense of
ulan ng ulan,
humor.
di
If
ba?
you look at his interviews in some sort of
Star
political
Trekkers,
satire
thank you sa
interviews,
iyong patambay.
I enjoyed his banter with
And also
the
thank you din yan kay
people on the show.
Diyos sa kulot.
Yes.
Kay
And
Sir
also,
Ronan
yes, I mean,
Indo. Sir Ronan, shout out.
personality-wise, I think he was very
Nagla-live siguro to si Sir.
person, if you
Gumagala-gala.
agree with him or not. And Professor, just on that
PG
note,
Paras
finally,
TV.
how will you remember him as a man, as a friend?
PG Paras TV.
Very much calm. He has never lost
Sino
temper,
to? Shooting
even
man arrested
under
after
tremendous
patak-attack
pressure.
on former Japanese
And
PA.
he has succeeded in enriching Japanese national strategy arrangements, and he did want to give more hope
Jason, nakita mo
to the
tong
younger
sabi ni
generation.
Isyang? Ayan
Well,
o.
that's not complete.
Naka-ano.
It's in the midway, but the direction that he has set
Naka-display.
has been well received. If you look at the polls
Jason, or sinasabi si
taken
Isyang o.
among
Pa-super thanks
generations of
naman,
the
Miss
20s
Jisa, baka
and 30s.
naman.
And that's the way in which I would remember
Oo,
him.
mabait yan, Isyang.
Professor
Nagpapaano
Taniguchi,
yan.
Dr. Suzuki, thank you both so much for talking to us
Lalo pa kung
today.
lagi
Thank
ka
you for
nandun sa
having me.
live niya. Naku, ano yan, very supportive yan. Dito talaga na yan sa akin, no? Ano yan?
Salamat sa pag-share kay Rams Vlog.
Kahit di ko siya gaanong napupuntahan sa live niya, talagang very supportive yan. Tulungan natin yan si G sa kulot, guys.
According to
Sana
the
maano na
Japanese
siya.
state broadcaster, it's now been finally
Makasahod
announced the
na.
former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe
Wala na
is
makasahod na si G
indeed
sa kulot.
dead. This, remember, has come in the aftermath of what transpired earlier this morning, where Shinzo Abe, while he was addressing one of the political rallies during campaigning earlier this morning, was shot at by an attacker. Given to understand that he suffered 2 bullet injuries. He was later taken to a hospital where the doctors tried to revive him. But now, information has just come in formally that Shinzo Abe,
Kailan tong
the
live mo
former
yung
Prime
ano?
Minister, the longest
Bago lang
former
ba tong live
serving
mo?
Prime Minister of Japan, is no more. This of course, is the latest information that is coming through the state media in Japan. Shinzo Abe, after having been shot at
Sige, maghanap ako
twice
ng video
by
mamaya,
this
lagyan
attacker
ko.
earlier this morning, the
Pagkatapos kong
motive
mag-live,
for which
Asia.
is still not clear as to why was Shinzo Abe someone who stepped down from the Prime Minister's office
Yes, Ate Love,
2
maganda
years
ka
ago
pa sa
after
gabi.
citing
Hihihi,
reasons
according
of
to
ill
Ronnie
health as to
Buhawi
why
Channel.
anyone
Miss
would
Win
have wanted
Channel,
to do
tamsak
away with
din.
Shinzo
Ay,
Abe. The
maraming
motive
salamat
for
dyan,
this
Miss Win,
killing,
sa
for this murder,
patamsak-tamsak
is
dyan.
still not very clear, but now he's been formally
Magandang gabi sa inyong
pronounced to be
lahat.
dead.
Thank you so much.
He has succumbed to the 2 bullet injuries that he suffered earlier this morning while
Pakipanood na rin kayo ng
he
news ng
was
Japan.
campaigning for the elections that were slated to be held on Sunday. Security officials at the scene, of course, tackled the gunman. He's said to be a 41-year-old man who's now presently in police custody. The eyewitnesses have said that they saw a man carrying what they described as a large gun, and he fired twice at Mr. Shinzo Abe from behind. Security
Ito si
officers
G
then
sa kulot,
detained the
guys.
attacker
Tingnan
who
na
made
nagpapasupport
no
siya
attempt
dito.
to
Puntahan
escape.
ninyo ito pag
And they
nagla-live.
also
Support
seized his
natin.
weapon, which was reportedly a handmade gun. And the suspect has been identified as a Nara resident, Tetsu Yamagami. Local media reports say that he is believed to be a former member of the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force, which is, of course, the Japanese equivalent of a navy. This
Let's
is
go
all
and
that is
thank you
known
so
about
much
the
for
attacker.
coming.
But what was the motive? Why did the
Kuya
attacker
Bet
decide to
Channel,
kill the
thumbs
former
up. Ayan,
Prime Minister
according
of
to
Japan?
Kuya
Is
Bet
still not very
Channel. Thank you
clear.
so much,
Because
sir,
remember,
sa iyong
since stepping down, it needs to be seen as to how active Shinzo Abe was politically,
Pam Cortez,
because he
maraming
cited
salamat, Pam
ill health and
Cortez.
also
Always
his
kang na-enjoy. Very
incapacity to
supportive
serve
si
to the extent that he would have wanted as the Prime Minister, which is what prompted him to step down from the chair of the Prime Minister back in the year 2020. He had led a relatively lower profile life since having stepped down from the office of the Prime Minister, and This is the
Ayan,
project
bibigyan ko
news
na lang
that,
kayo
that
ng
we've got,
WH.
where the former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, who was shot
Titignan ko
out
ang inyong
by an
sisilipin
attacker
ko na
earlier
lang
this
kayo.
morning, he had suffered
Si
2
Sir
bullet
Ronnie
injuries,
Buhawi,
has now
Kuya Bit,
succumbed to the
si Miss
gunshots
Wing, si
that
Love
he
Channel,
earlier received this morning from an attacker. Shinzo
si
Abe was, of course,
Asian, si G
67 years old.
Sakulot,
He was shot during an election campaign rally. He was addressing the crowd,
si
is
Sir
what we're given to
Ronan. Ay,
understand.
si Ronan,
And
dahil
he
ko
was
yan
shot at
piniplay.
from
Kahit di naman niya
behind.
sabihin,
And
piniplay
Shinzo
ko
Abe's
lagi yan
wife
eh.
has also arrived at the
Mabait din
scene,
kasi
the
to eh.
place where
Si
he was
PJ
shot.
para ano
And
to,
the elections
pasensya
to
na,
elect
saan na siya PJ?
representatives to the
Para
upper house of
TV.
the legislature of Japan are slated to be held on Sunday, and it is on this occasion that Shinzo Abe, while he was campaigning, was shot dead.
Babawas na din yan ng 1 year. Ganun yun
So
siya.
Shinzo Abe, arguably one of the most important leaders of Japan in its recent history, the longest serving prime minister who led
Huli agad
Japan
yung
in 2
nag-ano eh,
separate
pasaway.
stints from 2006 onwards, is no more. He was shot dead in an
din siyang
incident that
nahuli.
the police will, of course, investigate
Loko-loko,
further, because the
wait,
motive
wait,
of this
ang tao
attacker
pinatay niya.
is not very clear. He's said to be a 41-year-old man, someone who's worked with the Japanese Navy before, and he brought in a pretty big gun, is what is being described by the eyewitnesses who were present. And he shot at Shinzo Abe from behind. 2 bullets struck him, and Shinzo Abe, of course, collapsed in the place where he stood addressing the public during this election campaign. But why was this politician, the former Prime Minister of Japan, someone who had stepped down from the Prime Minister's office, who had a relatively, in comparison with the kind of life that he had lived before, who had relatively led a less high-profile life since having stepped down from the office, from the chair of the Prime Minister? Why was he attacked and killed this morning? Is a question that the police will have to, of course, investigate and find out the answers for. What prompted this individual, the 41-year-old individual, to shoot dead the former Prime Minister? These are questions for which answers are still awaited. But this, of course, is what has now been confirmed by the state media in Japan, where the officials have said that the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is now no more.
Thank you.
Now, the friendship between India and Japan has a long history that is rooted in spiritual affinity and strong cultural and civilizational ties. This bond was, of course, further accentuated under the former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. And in the next few minutes, we'll tell you about how a true and a dependable friend to India is how Shinzo Abe proved himself to be. So let's start in the beginning, where in the year 2007, Abe became the first ever Japanese Prime Minister to address a joint session of the Indian Parliament, where he narrated a story of how India's first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, had hosted Abe's maternal grandfather, the then Japanese Prime Minister, in New Delhi.
Ganda dyan sa Palawan, no, Asiang.
Now, during his second term in office, the former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe visited the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Abe flew together to Varanasi to witness the Ganga Aarti.
Tinuturo yung on the bay part of NC sa city.
Meanwhile,
So mag-i-end po tayo before
arrived
siguro
in the Indian western
mag-7:30
city of
or
Ahmedabad, where he laid the foundation stone for India's first ever bullet train. This level was, of course, a big ticket promise that had been made when Shinzo Abe had, of course, come to India in 2017. And the very next year, in 2018, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi was Japan to attend the 13th India-Japan Annual Summit. Through all of these events, both the leaders debated India and Japan's relationship, especially strategic global partnerships, which encompass issues from civilian to nuclear rules, maritime security, and from action.
Bago tayo matulog sa lang natin papatayin.
Ito yung bagong mga upload mo, Jessa.
Sakto lang po. Sakto lang yung alin. Sakto lang yung yung negosyo.
Maraming salamat sa pa-super chat nyo dyan, Thank you. Dami ko utang. May tugo na yan pagbalik. Times 3 na yan pagbalik. Ito yung bago ni Jay sa kulot, Lalaro. Kung Shelly, pasensya na, mahina signal, wifi, nawala ka. Okay lang yan, Kung Shelly. Nasilip ko kanina yung bagong mo, upload mo, Kung Shelly. Pinanood mo ka agad. Dikitan natin si Ronnie Buhawi, guys. Puntahan natin. Puntahan natin, guys. Miss Abril Collection. Si Miss Wing. Yan, si Miss Wing. Dikitan din nyo yan. Pagdikit-dikitan tayong lahat dito ngayon. Dikit-dikit. Dikit-dikit ng malagkit. Sa mga gusto magkaroon dyan. Ano to? Si Budoy Palaboy. Hello, sir. Budoy ng Palaboy. Hello, sir. Kumusta, sir? Kumusta? Mga idol, pa-support po sa aming show. Palaboy Experience kasama sina Bandoy Palaboy, Budoy Palaboy, at Mami Gi Palagirl. Tara at makisaya. Sige po, ipin kita sir. Basta pakishare naman po ng aking live sa yung community para naman mapuntahan kita bawat nagla-live ka. Basta Saturday, Sunday. Kapag Saturday and Sunday po. Ayan, tusukin natin si Sir. Tusukin. Si Sir Ronnie Buhawi. Buhay probinsya sa Bukal.
Mega love shoutout.
So hello guys, what's up? Welcome back to my gameplay channel. So
si Kuya Bet.
Ito si President Rodrigo Duterte at bago matapos ang term niya sa June 30, isa sa Bahid Disco ang ma-fist bump siya at syempre ma-prank na rin. At ito ang kwento kung paano ako umabot sa tabi niya. Guys, bago natin hanapin si
Ronnie Buhawi. Haba ng pangalan ni Sir. Sir Ronnie Buhawi. Janero. Si Sir Buhay Probinsya.
Adios.
Fantastic cooking of India jacket. Okay, jacket, sir. I'll give you jacket. Ayan, you have jacket na fantastic cooking of India jacket. Ayan, please drop your link. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Don't shy. Drop your link.
Synchronize. Hi, B. Hi, B. Wait lang, call ko pa iba.
Drop your link, guys. If you want to play your video, guys, please drop your link. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Ayan.
Weather is good though. Oh, sinaw. Ayam mare. Ice cream. Yung ice cream. Nanishiteru no, Mira-chan. Ay, oh.
Let's connect kay Palaboy. Ayan po, maraming salamat. Puntahan naman natin, Jessa, si Sir.
Tagalog ko ng ahira sa bibe. Bibe. Kawaii bibe.
Let's connect kay Palaboy. Ayan po, maraming salamat. Puntahan naman natin, Jessa, si Sir. Ayan, pin ko muna si Sir Ronnie Buhawi. Pin natin siya. Puntahan natin, guys. Star Trekkers. Hindi ko napansin to kanya si Star Trekkers. Napunta ko na siya.
Kapalit daw every month. Hidot, ibis ko na.
Bakit pumunta na to sa iba?
Ay, kaparo de Samira. Ano daw? Nag-call kami ni ate. Ano yung sulit yung hostel. May friend siya, pangalang Piano.
Alayo. Pero nagagatas na lang siya. Ayaw pa din ng nanay.
Ay, ba yun? May siya sa siya. Demo. Nag-usap na kami at ako tayo. Mabait. Ato. Hindi ko marasi.
Shout out! Thank you so much for coming. Earth Varieties. Hi everyone. Greetings from Earth Varieties. Hello. Dikitan lang tayo, guys. Puntahan natin.
Hello, lovelies. Welcome to our channel and Varieties.
Don't forget to share my live, guys.
To share with you how I prepare my squash and banana shake. My squash and banana shake. Yes, this squash can also be called cantaloupe. And this is the last one from my garden. Yes, the last one. I've kept it in the fridge and I've used parts and this is the rest. So I'm gonna use it for this shake. And I have with me here honey and some water. So this is what I'm going to use for the shake. So all we have to do is I'm gonna peel. I'll be blending it with the seeds. This is why it's good to have your own garden. Yes. In my area where I'm living in Ghana, you cannot get the squash. Yes, so I'm the only one with the squash in town. So I'll put it into my blender and do the other one too.
Miss Wing, ayan Miss Wing. For the Mariko Takahashi, cover by Miss Wing.
But when you go to the capital city,
Ang aming magandang singer and
maybe
beautiful
you can find
lady.
it in the mall. By my
Please connect it to
regional
everyone.
capital, no way. It's only Mama F who is having this. From my garden.
Ma'am Varieties, shout out. Good evening to you. How are you, ma'am? Earth Varieties, how are you, ma'am? I'm here watching your video. The making of squash and banana shake. Wow, so yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
And the little water. And I'll blend everything together. So this is my banana and squash shake. Yes, I take this in the morning as my breakfast. I keep changing my breakfast from one fruit to the other, from one veggie to the other. So this is it. So lovelies, this is my banana and squash shake. It looks very beautiful. It's tasty. It's yummy, delicious. Name it all. So you can have this in the morning as your breakfast or even as your lunch. Maybe with the meat pie I prepared with the snail meat pie, then you are good to go. So let's not waste our resources on canned drinks, which are all carbonated and with a lot of things that our body does not need. So let's all stay healthy. Let's stay safe. Until I come your way, please subscribe to our channel if you have not. And if you have subscribed, yes, we thank you for your loyalty and keeping watching our videos. So
Welcome.
Enjoy
Welcome,
your
ma'am. If you want to play your video every time, if I have a live, so please come. And I want to help your what's our. That's it. It's for free for all my friends and subscribers. Don't worry. It's free. Free to play.
Hello, welcome to my detox weekend. So today I'm going to be making a special smoothie. Yes, I have apple, I have ginger,
Rachel
garlic,
Macenda,
cucumber,
thank you.
apple cider vinegar, and of course water. So these ingredients are gonna do the magic for
Rachel,
today's
kumusta ang live natin
detox.
dyan? Shout
So let's get
out.
started.
Maraming salamat. Kumusta na ang ating family dyan, Rachel? How's na?
With salt. If you have vinegar, fine. It can go. If you don't have vinegar, you can make do with salt. So the fruits are ready. The apple, garlic.
Ayan, meron lang akong 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes.
Apple cider vinegar and water. So I'm just gonna blend now.
Ayan, see you next time, guys. Ayan. Meron na lang akong 10 minutes, guys. May work kami bukas.
Say hi.
That's nice. Oh, garlic can smell for Africa. Oh my God. Isn't this lovely? Isn't this good? Isn't this lovely? Okay, so my smoothie is ready.
Kong Chelly.
Look forward to. In here, I have garlic, ginger, apple, cucumber, apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and water blended together. Well, there's this thing about garlic and the smell. It can be very, very
Connect natin, Miss
offensive.
Wing,
But for those
guys.
of us that can tolerate it, it's fine. If you know you cannot tolerate garlic, please leave it out. But for us that love to eat it, drink it, chew it, go ahead. The benefits of all these ingredients can be very, very amazing and awesome. Try it and thank me
Yan,
later.
dito kami ngayon sa Calcul Falls. Yan, maganda yung Malalim pala. Ito lang Calcul Falls. Ayan. Malamig ang tubig dito. Welcome to my vlog. Ayan, dito kami ngayon sa Calcul Falls. Ayan, maganda yung ano dito. Malalim pala. Ito lang Calcul Falls. Ayan, oh. Malamig ang tubig dito.
Kung sili, kain tayo. Ayan, Carl, Brian, Punbanwa. Carl, hello. Magtusukan tayo dyan, guys. Maglablaban tayo. Carl Brian. Sir Ronnie Buhawi. Nakapli po kayo, sir. Carl Brian, shout out. Dire? Bilis ang oras dito, alas 10. Sarap naman ang kinakain mo, Wing. Ano to? Meron pala diyang Jollibee. Buti pa sa inyo may Jollibee. Dito sa Japan walang Jollibee dito. Miss Wing. Carl Brian, hello. Ayaw magbaba ng bahay. Carl. Kumusta ka na, Carl? Carl, kamusta, Carl? Magbaba ng bahay. Carl. Kumusta ka na, Carl? Kumusta na ang live? Carl, kamusta, Carl? Ayan, didikit ko na ang aking main. Ayan, Carl. Anong kinakain mo pang Chelis? Pang Chelis, anong kinakain mo dyan? Johnny, shout out. Hello, sir. Sir Johnny, thank you. Sir Johnny, shout out.
Ang sakit! Nahulog ako!
Ano to, sir?
Natambling ako sa aming mga higaan.
Hala, may alopihan, centipede. Kakatakot, masakit to pag nakagat. Hello? Bakit di mo pinatay, sir? Sarap ng tilapia mo, sir. Masarap ang ulam tilapia. Wow, langka, sarap. Langka. Si Sir Johnny. Sir Johnny. Mikey. Please connect each and everyone. Thank you so much. Dapat magpa-close ako, kaya lang. I-play ko na muna to si Sir. Nakakahiya naman kay Sir.
Baka magustuhan ko to, bibili ko. Anong numero ba to? Ha? Kano ba yan? Million ba to?
Drop your link lang, guys. Maraming salamat. Sa mga gusto mag-drop ng link yan, guys.
Baka magustuhan ko to, bibili ko. Anong numero ba to? Ha? Kano ba yan? Million ba to?
Yeah, you got that yummy, yummy, yummy. Yeah, you got that yummy,
Baka magustuhan ko to, bibili ko.
yummy. Yeah, you got that yummy, yummy.
Ayan, salamat. Story TV, thank you. Maraming salamat. Pwede kayo mag-drop ng link ninyo, guys.
Yeah, you got that yummy, yummy. Yeah, you got that yummy,
Share story, maraming salamat. Drop your link lang, guys, para naman maano kayo. Connect din natin si Sir Ronnie Buhawi, guys. Sa mga nagbababa dyan ng kahit hindi naman guys kayo maipil, basta mag-kukunin kayo sa isa't isa, okay lang po yan.
Yeah, you got that yummy.
Eric Varieties, thank you so much to your support and love. Thank you so much. Yan, please connect sa mga nagbaba ng ng link. Ayan. Star Trekkers, nandiyan pa po ba kayo, Star Trekkers? Jelly Story, pa-post na kaya ako, saglit lang. Puntahan kita ka, saglit lang. Ituso ko na lang sa'yo to. Tuso ko yung isang bahay ko. Antok na talaga, oy. Shout out, Pixel! Michelle Rotels, be happy. Shout out. Good evening, ma'am. Kamusta na, ma'am? Kamusta, ma'am?
Burgers.
Jingle burgers on the burger tree. Jingle burgers, come this Christmas Eve. If you're very lucky, you better believe you'll have jingle burgers on your jingle.
Hello po, magandang hapon sa inyo. Ako po si Mami Michelle at ito po si...
Ako po si Maria Cecilia Marshall. Grade 2, Mark.
Hello po, magandang hapon sa inyo. Ako... Hello po, magandang hapon sa inyo. Video. Liya dito kay Liya, talon-talon. Bahan dito. Ay, tawag ko sila.
This is my real voice.
What do you mean?
It's just how I talk.
That's how you talk?
It is.
Why?
Because I'm Australian.
What?
Yes, I know.
You're Australian?
Yeah.
From Austria?
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
From Australia.
You're Australian from Australia?
Yeah. Austria isn't the same thing as Australia.
No, I know Austria is a different country, but those people are also called Australians.
They're Austrians.
Australians, yes. Australians, yes.
All right.
Australia is not Austria. Two different countries.
English is very good. How long did it take you to learn English once you got here?
It was really easy because we speak English in Australia, you idiot.
Oh. Right, of course.
This is my real voice.
What do you mean?
It's just how I talk.
That's how you talk?
It is.
Why?
Australian.
What?
Yes, I know.
You're Australian?
Yeah.
From Austria.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Kano ba yan? Million? Million ba to? 900?
Kabayan, shout out. Puso, thank you. Ayan, ako naman ay magko-close na guys. So, see you next time guys. Dahil gabi na, may pasok tayo bukas. May mga kanya-kanya naman tayong work bukas, no? Maraming salamat sa mga nag-support dyan. Hindi ko na po kayo iisa-isahin pa. Ako po ay lubos na nagpapasalamat. Thank you so much to all guys. See you next time. Maraming salamat. So, ipi-play ko na lang kayo guys. Yan. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat. Lalo pa sa mga taong nagjo-joke lang ako, biglang nagpalipad. Thank you so much po. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Bye-bye guys. Thank you.
Magustuhan ko to, bibiling ko.
Maraming salamat. Kabayan, maraming salamat. Tapawats po ma'am. O sige. I-watch kita.
Kano ba yan? Million? Million ba to?
Kailangan ba? Ay, ano ka ba? Nakaano ka na ba, sir? Yan lang, ha? Wait lang, kabayan. Kabayan. Ayan, pahabol kabayan, pahabol. Eh, sino naman no? Panay sigaw. Ano to? Ayan kabayan, sige, piplay kita kabayan. May premiere ba kayo? Pero meron kayong premiere kabayan? Kabayan. Kabayan, may ano siyang amigo? Kabayan, amigo? At muleto ka. Ito. Ayan, subscribe ka na din, sir. automatic ko ng ano ka ba yan? Sige, hanggang ano ko na lang, 10:30, tulog na rin ako. I-play lang kita, sir, hanggang 10:30. Sir Johnny, thank you.
Hi everyone, Chelsea here and I'm back for another video, guys. It's been a long while that I haven't uploaded videos like this, sit down videos, but today luckily I got time to record one. So first of all, I wanted to say thank you to all my subscribers, viewers, especially to my Hi everyone, Chelsea here and I'm back for another video, guys. It's been a long while that I haven't uploaded videos like this, sit down videos, but today luckily I got time to record one. So first of all, I wanted to say thank you to all my subscribers, viewers, especially to my Hi everyone, Chelsea here.
Balikan natin guys yung dumidikit sa atin guys ha. Kawawa naman kasi yung mga dumikit pag di natin nabalikan. Maraming salamat po. Thank you. Earth Varieties, thank you so much to stay.
Welcome to our channel and varieties. I am Marcus P, and today I'll be sharing with you how I prepare watermelon juice for grandma. So I already have my sliced watermelon here, and the benefits of the watermelons are it keeps you hydrated, it's good for the heart and skin, it may have anti-cancer effect. Because the seeds have nutrients in them, so if you throw the seeds away, what are you throwing at? You're just throwing nutrients away. It contains minerals like calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium, and the rest. So now I'm going to blend it. So now I've finished blending it, so I'm going to sieve it. Here we go. Don't forget watermelon goes on its own, because if you mix watermelon with any other fruit, it will not digest well because F Varieties is a home of organic foods. That's why we are sharing these tips with you. I'll see you with so that the juice will come.
Anong numero ba to? Ha?
So now my watermelon juice is ready. Isn't this so easy? So now this is my own and this is Grandma's own. I'm going to send Grandma's own to her. And thank you all for watching our videos. Those who subscribe to our channel, we thank you all. We thank you for your loyal love and see you in our next video. Bye-bye. We thank you for your loyal love and see you in our next video. Bye-bye. We thank you for your loyal love and see you in our next video. Bye-bye. Thank you for your loyal love and see you in our next video. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, good night. Bye-bye. Thank you so much to all. Bye-bye. Good night. Good night guys. Good night. See you next time. Bye-bye. Continue to play lang. Wait lang. Ari, pasurita nata siya. Paano? Moniro yo. Gumini.
まず大丈夫よ。
遅かったね。
じゃあ、大丈夫、大丈夫。
Bye-bye guys. Thank you so much and good night. Love you guys. Bye. Bye-bye.
Oh.